Hey guys, how's everyone doing? It's been a long time. It's been a very long time since I've been on YouTube and since I've created a video. So I hope everybody is doing well. Uh, this video was planned to come out some time ago, but I recently started a new job, so I had to push this video back. And I was going to communicate, but unfortunately, I was too busy and you know finishing late hours and stuff like that, and there was no time for me to do the video. But I had planned everything. I was about to make the video until I got the call for the job. And yeah, I've just been busy lately with work, so I haven't had time to be much on YouTube. In fact, I even thought maybe my YouTube journey would have ended before it even started, because my job demands me to be there every day almost. um, you know so I said, you know what, I've got a few days off now. I wanted to put this video out that's been pushed back for a while, and it's about today's game journalists and gamers. Because to be honest with you, there's a lot of bias going on the internet. There's a lot of nonsense where people, journalists, gamers alike, fans of whatever genre of games that come out, uh, you know, are angry and upset with the games that are coming out today, bashing games, calling out developers and stuff like that. And it's really unfortunate because a lot of games are being made with love, but unfortunately, it's not targeting the right audience. So, without further ado, let me get into this video. So, we'll be discussing our game reviewers and journalists' bias towards games these days. We'll also be discussing the case of IGN, one of the most well-known and influential game review outlets, and they allege bias towards certain games. And if you've watched IGN reviews, you've seen that they've given games that they like top scores, and they've given games that they didn't like or they did not want higher scores, which I think is pretty petty if you ask me. So without further ado, let's get started. First, let's talk about what we mean by bias. When we talk about bias in the context of game reviews, we're referring to the way that a reviewer's personal beliefs, experiences, and preferences influence their opinion of a game. This can manifest in a number of ways, such as giving a game a higher score because it appeals to their personal interests, giving a game a lower score because it doesn't appeal to their interests, as I just said with the IGN, ignoring or downplaying certain aspects of a game because they don't align with their own beliefs. Now, it's important to note that bias is not always a bad thing. In fact, it's impossible to completely eliminate bias from any form of criticism, which, is understandable. It's always going to be there. And no matter what we say, we're always going to get people criticizing and being biased. However, when bias becomes too strong, it can start to affect the quality of the criticism and make it less useful for consumers. So, what does this mean for new games coming out? Well, if review if reviewers are biased towards certain type of games, it can make it difficult for new games that don't fit into these categories to get noticed. This can lead to a situation where the same types of games are constantly being praised and rewarded, while other games that might just be as good or even better are ignored. This is a problem for a number of reasons. First, it can lead to a lack of diversity in the games that are being made. If reviewers are only praising games that fit into a narrow range of categories, then developers are going to be less likely to take risks and try new things. Second, it can make it difficult for new developers to break into the industry. If reviewers are only interested in games from big name publishers, then it's going to be much harder for small developers to get their games noticed. So, what can be done about this problem? Well, there are a few things that can be done. First, reviewers need to be more aware of their own bias and how they might be affecting their reviews. Second, reviewers need to be more transparent about their biases. This could be done by disclosing any relationship they have with game publishers or developers, or simply stating their own personal preferences upfront. Now, there's a lot of gamers as well as journalists that get free copies of games every now and then, and sometimes just because they get a free copy, you know some people can, because they're getting a free copy, can make it into a thing where, because they're getting a free copy of the game, they can praise it in any way they want. But if somebody else, that isn't getting a game, is going to be like, this person is getting the game free. That's the reason why they're praising it. So somebody from the outside wouldn't really necessarily see it as a positive thing. Now, not all dev players and journalists are getting the free things, and just because they're getting it free, they're talking proud about it. No, there are some people that are honest. That some people that are, even though they get the free game or the copy, they point out the flaws and they point out things that are not right. Now let's move on to the third reason. Consumers need to be more critical of the reviews they read. Don't just take a reviewer's word for it. Do your own research and try to find out if the game is really as good as they say it is. Yeah, another thing is people need to play the games, especially the gamers, the die-hard gamers of certain games. They need to play the games in order to understand the game. You cannot look at IGN or any other game outlet and tell yourself that uh, at the end of the day, okay, um, because IGN said it's a trash game, it's a trash game. No, buy the game, play the game for yourself, see what it's all about. Or if you don't want to buy it, you can simply watch somebody play the game. And if you are interested in the game, you can purchase it if you want. There's no reason where you should just go buy the game blindly and not listen to people. Yes, it's fine, you can listen to reviews, but do your own research as well. Learn to understand better. Watch somebody play the game. Watch your favorite YouTuber play the game, to understand better. Maybe you like it afterwards. You never know. Nobody knows until we actually buy the game or see the game in action. So with that, let me get to the conclusion of this. So are game reviewers and journalists biased towards games these days? The answer is yes. But it's not always a bad thing. However, when bias becomes too strong and can start to affect the quality of the criticism and make it less useful for consumers. This is a problem for a number of reasons, including the fact that it can lead to a lack of diversity in the games that are being made and make it difficult for new developers to break into the industry. These are a few things that can be done to address this problem, including reviewers need to be more aware of their own biases and how they might be affecting their reviews. Reviewers need to be more transparent about their biases. Consumers need to be more critical of the reviews they read. By taking these steps, we can help to ensure that game reviews are more fair and accurate, and that new games have a better chance of getting noticed. So that's what I have to say. That's my take on it. And I feel if journalists and gamers alike can do these things, these steps that I've just mentioned now in the last part of this video, then things can become more clear and more better. People can understand, gamers and journalists alike. Now, there are some journalists who, no matter what you say, aren't gonna give the game 7 stars, 8 stars, 10 stars, or whatever. There's certain game journalists that are not gonna like the game, period. Either because it's not the game that they wanted, or it's because it's something that they pushed for and ultimately, never came to light. So with that said, let me kick it to you guys. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that are devs, sorry, not devs, my bad, are consumers, are the players, are the journalists biased towards games these days? Because I do know that IGN completely, at the end of the day, is, from what I can see, biased towards games. So I would love to know from you guys, what do you guys think? Comment below, like the video, share the video. I'd love for your guys' input. Please do comment. I mean, I understand if you guys don't want to comment, if you guys are not interested in the video, but please do comment. Try to comment. I would love to hear what you guys think. I would love to hear if you guys also feel a certain way about games, or do you guys agree with journalists and do you guys agree with other players? Because I mean, if you go on Twitter right now, you will look up all the people that are just whining and complaining for no reason. So anyway guys, thank you for tuning in. I will see you in the next video. I'm planning to make another video very soon, or I'm planning to get another video out very soon, or in the works very soon, so I can have it out to you guys. Anyway, take care guys. Peace.